Greetings. We continue today and hopefully conclude the opening of the seventh seal from Revelation chapter 6, verses 3 and 4. We finished reading from Revelation 13 and 17 in comparison and contrast to Daniel 2 and 7 from the day before. Now here's what we can discern. The Antichrist, as he first appears upon the scene, will merely be one of a 10-member governing body. It's very probable that he will be the head of this 10-member governing body. And until about 75 days before the end of the first half of the 7-year covenant, the public perception will be one of peace. Now we'll study this in greater detail later, but briefly let's note at this time there are changes which will be introduced at this 75-day mark. These changes will concern a conflict between the king of the north and the king of the south, according to Daniel chapter 11. 45 days later, that is at the 30-day mark, the changes will be enacted, which seem to bring about the 6 following changes noted in God's word. 1, the daily sacrifice and oblation is stopped. 2, this head, quote unquote, receives a death wound by means of a sword. 3rd, after 3 days, God allows him to be, quote, resurrected by the apparent incarnation of Satan as he imitates Christ's resurrection, according to Revelation 13:3. All the world, 4, will be amazed concerning the beast, bringing worship to him, according to Revelation 13:4. 5, the false prophet appears on the scene, aiding the installation of the abomination of desolation, facilitating forced universal worship, as they tried in ancient Babylon with Nebuchadnezzar's golden image. 6, 3 of the 10 rulers are put down in relation to this, resulting in the 7 which are referenced in Daniel chapter 7 and verse 24. However, before all this can happen, the Antichrist will need to be vested with more than merely executive authority. He will also need military authority. So the second seal is about the bestowal of this military authority. Again, the point is simple. Verse 3 refers to the action in heaven. And when he opened the second seal, I heard, that is the voice of the second living creation saying, you come and you see. Again, I would give this reminder that the word when in Revelation 6:3 denotes exactly the same thing as it previously did in Revelation 6:1 and 5:5. Just as soon as the seal is broken, the action begins to be executed. A second of the 4 living creations issues the command, come or proceed, go. And I remind you of the previous discussion of the writer being the one to respond to the command. So we ask, who is the rightful heir to this military authority granted in this second seal? Well, the answer is the worthy one, the slain lamb. Yet once again in God's timetable, it is allowed that one upon the earth should have this military authority for a 7-year period of time. Then Jesus appears in the clouds with power and great glory to execute his military authority over the entire creation. So then let's look at the effect upon the earth in Revelation 6:4. And another red-colored horse, he went out, and the one sitting upon him, that is upon the horse, it was given to him, that is to the horseman, even to forcibly take peace from the earth. That's at a point. Also in order that the people of the earth at a point, they should, that's a future, sacrificially slaughter each other, and it was given to him, that is to the horseman, a great sword. Now let's take a deep breath and reflect upon what we have just been given in this information. And we must do a little foreshadowing also. In the opening of the first 4 seals, we see that heaven authorizes and dispatches to the Antichrist what he needs to establish the 7-year covenant or peace treaty which God desires to be in place upon the earth, namely executive authority, military authority. Next, we'll look at economic authority, and fourthly, judicial authority. Now, these authorities are dispatched by what is commonly referred to as the four horsemen of Revelation, each with a different color horse. These are, as someone described, God's heavenly pony express, as it were. I could not possibly overemphasize that the giving of military authority to the Antichrist is from heaven, and the dynamic power to exercise it then is derived from the prince of this world system, or Satan. The red color of the horse speaks of military authority because the shedding of blood is the inevitable result of warfare. You will notice that the word power is italicized in the King James, the authorized version of the Bible, meaning that the translators added it for clarity. A great sword was given unto this one. The purpose for which it was given is expressed in the words, to at a point take peace away from the earth. The reason why the translators of the KJV added the word for authoritative power. Literally, it says it was given him to take peace out from the earth. The aorist tense denotes that the authority is given in the present time to, at a point subsequent to now, take away the peace which he establishes out of the earth. And then it adds, in order that they may sacrificially slay one another. The use of the future tense places the exercising of the authority subsequent to the giving of the authority to do so. To be very clear, and that's what I desire, this military authority is given to him at the beginning of the 7-year period, even though he will not publicly use it for approximately 3.5 years. These facts concerning the opening of the second seal are in complete agreement with the words of Jesus found in Matthew 24, verses 6 and 7. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. The second seal having been opened, and heaven's authority now being vested upon the Antichrist to fulfill God's will upon the earth, both executive and military authority are his. 2 more authorities are to be given in seals 3 and 4. There are awful days that await those upon the earth as this one executes God's wrath upon the earth.